Welcome to the Martial Arts Marketing for School Owner podcast, where professional school owners gather to hear the latest info on how to run their schools like a pro. Join Gus Lopez of Lead Hunter Media and Ali Alberigo of LI Ninjutsu Centers for another episode. Now, here's your hosts, Gus and Ali. This podcast is sponsored by Lead Hunter Media, Elite Insights, and Gil Katz.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure to have you on. It's awesome. So you're Solomon's brother?
That's right. Solomon's younger brother. For people who don't know, Solomon Brenner and I, but he started it obviously. Run Action Karate. We have 24 schools now throughout the greater Philadelphia area, and one of the an online program where we have students and all across the country in New York, Virginia, California, Texas, Vermont, literally everywhere. So yeah, that's kind of like my lineage is Kempo Karate, but I'm also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu student. So I signed up at another school. I was totally as a student because I wanted to be a white belt again, and learn other styles. But yeah, for those who don't know me yet, my brother is Solomon, who started Action Karate, and I've been doing it though since I was a little kid, since I was 3.
Wow, that's awesome. You guys, he's a great guy, by the way. Him and I are friends for a long time. We know each other and you and I have probably met in the past, I'm sure, in person as well. So going back to all the way to the APS days, back to the seminars back in the day then when I was doing a lot of coaching for them. So it's great to have you on our show and our podcast today. And of course, you know, Gus is my podcast partner. So we're happy to have you here.
Cool. Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, so the topic is a quite interesting one, and I've been kind of building it up because, you know, it's interesting that people are always looking for, you know, the next new student idea, right? You know, market on Facebook, market on Google, market on YouTube, right? And all the different paid digital advertising is the way to go now. But some of the things that you're doing is groundbreaking. I mean, literally could change a school's, you know, trajectory, you know, change their lives. So can you tell us a little bit about the process and what you do to get people in?
Yeah, definitely. And before I even do that though, I think that what's important to know is like, you know, I'm not special. I don't have some like, you know, magic persuasive skills to make this work. It's really through just like trial and error and years and hard work and figuring it out and making all the mistakes. So what I'll share with you guys today is like how to get invited to every school, like local, public, and private schools in your area. So not even like daycares. I'm talking about like the local elementary school, the local middle school, the local high school, whether it's public or private, in less than 30 days without spending a dime on it. Okay, I've done this over and over and over again, and I'll show you guys how to do it step by step. It's
Great.
not easy. It's not going to happen overnight, but if you follow the system, I made all the mistakes for you. You can avoid the pain and heartache and the rejection that I've done over the past 7-8 years to kind of figure this stuff out. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, this is great. I love it. I'm excited about it. So do you have a layout you want to just follow?
Yeah. I'll talk about the layout. I'll talk about like there's really 5 steps to it. So I'll talk about like the 5 steps how to make this happen. And for anyone that's watching this right now, if you have like a friend that needs to see this, or you know, another martial arts school owner that you have, make sure to tag them in this so they can hop on and see the 5 steps. I'm going to keep it as simple and as easy to implement as possible. Just tag them in this post. Or if you think that, hey, they're not going to watch it live and you want to see that, they want to see it later, make sure to tag them in it so they can watch it later. Because I'm really going to break it down for you. And then if you have any questions at the end, you can reach out to me personally on Facebook, just send me a message, and I'll be happy to help. I think martial arts school owners all need this kind of stuff. Like if you spend too much time, energy, and effort working on archaic marketing strategies that worked in the 70s or 80s in martial arts that don't work in modern days, and I want to be able to help those people. So I think the more people need martial arts, like I think everyone needs to do it. And if I can help one school get one more student, I think it's all worth it. So
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I got to say one thing, your message behind you, depending on how you move your head, it says wet grass, but you cover the
Yeah.
GRA. And it's
wet ass.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm going like right now. It's exactly what I want. It's the kind of modern marketing we need for our podcast. Okay.
There you go. It's going to definitely go viral.
This is funny. So just so anyone who's watching, I'm in a room right now. That's really funny. I'm in a conference room right now. And this room is sponsored by Wisvis, like the bank. And
Yeah.
I don't know what they have this thing that's like wet grass. It's like a carpet. It's not even like, I don't know what the deal is, but hopefully at least it'll grab some attention for people watching. Like, what's this guy at karate talk about his wet ass?
Yeah.
I thought I was watching something about how to get in schools.
That's funny.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to dive right in it if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
Good. Let's do it.
All right. So first of all, I've had my school since my brother started action karate in 1994, but I joined professionally in 2013 or 2012 actually. And what happened was I always did martial arts. I always did karate. But I didn't know that you could like make a living out of it. Right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it's a professional job. So even though my brother did it and had like multiple schools, I was like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather like be an attorney or go into politics. I really wanted to do. I want to wear a suit and go to like a high-rise building every day, because that's what I thought it was meant to be successful, right? Like you had to make money, do a job like that.
Right.
So I went to school for that. I was a Temple student at Temple University, a public school in Philadelphia. I was like, Brazilian students. And my goal was, okay, I'm gonna go to law school and I'll become an attorney, and I'm gonna make a ton of money, right?
Right.
So that was the goal.
Yeah.
And what happened was I signed up for a bunch of like internships that Temple puts on, and they have like law professionals come in, like attorneys, and they tell you, what it's like to be part of the program. So it's like, all right, cool. And I go to one of the events, and I'm talking to one of the attorneys, and I'm like, hey, so like, can you give me any recommendations or pointers or whatever? I'm like a bright-eyed young college student, it doesn't really know what I'm getting into. And they say, yeah, don't do it. And I was like, what do you mean don't do it? He's like, yeah. The market is like, has too many lawyers in it. You don't get paid nearly as much as you want, as you think. And when you work too many hours, you don't see your family. And I was like,
really?
I was blown back. I was like, wait a minute. I went to the thing that Temple just sent me to try to get me to become an attorney that I signed up for. And the first attorney I talked to was telling me not to do it, like the exact opposite of what I expected. I thought how great it is, and I don't know. It's like he's going to sell it to me, and he didn't at all.
Yeah.
But I kind of ignored it, okay? Because I ignored it, but I played it back in my head over and over again. It's like a song you don't like, but you still hear it and plays in your head.
Yeah.
So I did a couple of other internships where I actually was in similar positions. So I worked for like a marketing agency. I worked for a finance agency in the city, and I feel like those are kind of people I just want to be around. Like, even though they weren't in law necessarily, those are just the people I want to be around. So I went and did internships in those areas, and because I had an idea in my head that in order to make money and be a professional martial arts, I had to make money, be successful, I couldn't be in martial arts. I had to do something like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more I went, I did those jobs and internships, I looked around, and like no one seemed happy. No one seemed like happy in what they were doing.
Right.
And they didn't really see their family that often. And people were always getting like fired left and right. And it seemed like they had no job security whatsoever. And I was like, damn, like this is not what I thought it was. So my brother sat me down, and he's like, hey, just so you know, like you can make a living off this. And he went through some of the numbers with me. And I was just like, wow, like I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't know, like I know martial artists like are a lot of them do it as a passion, but I didn't know you can actually make a living. And I was like, oh, I can make six figures. I can make multiple six figures of being a martial arts. Oh, hell yeah. Like I'll definitely sign me up, like I guess I'll do it. So I basically, I didn't drop out of school. I finished and got my degree, but I stopped basically doing most of the work. I became like get a student or get as a little done, do as little as possible in order to graduate, right? So I went to my teachers. I'm like, hey, I'm going to open up a martial arts school. Like, tell me the minimum I need to do to pass this class is all I care about. Okay, I'm not proud of it, but that's what I did. I was like, I got to
Right.
focus on business. And luckily, they were actually really nice about it. And they told me exactly what I need to do. So I started marketing the business. Okay. The thing was, I had been teaching and for a long time as like a, assistant instructor sort of thing. But now it's like, my business and I have to like grow this school from scratch. So I had help with my brother and his systems, but I was having a lot of trouble. Okay. I was doing everything I possibly needed or I thought I needed to do in order to grow the school, but nothing was working. Okay. We rented out a little, while the building was getting ready, we rented out a little, a room in a synagogue to have that way we can have some income going in before the school actually opened up. And, we had like 5 or 10 students and I'm working month after month. I'm up flyering parking lots. After classes, I'm literally going door to door, just knocking on people's doors and saying like, hey, my name is Matthew. I'm a local karate teacher. We just opened up. Do you have any kids that might be interested in karate? This is like after class. That was, 2 kids in class. And it's like, 9 o'clock at night, some stranger walking around the neighborhood knocking on everyone's doors, right? Because I didn't know what to do. Like, I could flyer all day and put flyers on mailboxes and stuff. Like, but I was just stuck because we weren't growing. My brother even said to me, like after I think it was like 9 months in, he was like, "Listen, maybe we just picked the wrong neighborhood." And like I put you in a bad spot, and I apologize because I'm following every marketing advice I could follow in any martial arts event that I would go to. I'm doing it. Like I'm not being lazy. I promise. I'm trying my best. Nothing's happening.
Yeah.
So so anyway, I was sitting down with my dad, and I remember like yesterday. I said like, Dad, I'm having trouble. Like I feel like I'm following everything, but nothing's working, and I don't want to give up yet. Like my brother's asking maybe we should move to a different spot. And I'm like, no, I really want to figure this out. And my dad told me that story about I think his name was like he's a famous bank robber. I think Willie Sutton. Do you know does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
So Willie Sutton, like he was famously interviewed, right? And they're like, well, why do you rob banks? And he's like, oh, I rob banks because that's where the money is, right? So my dad's like, he would always talk about that. And he's like, well, where are the kids at? And my kids are in schools, right? And all the kids are in school. They have to go to school. That's where you got to go to, okay?
Right.
So a little bit of background. Sorry, I rambled for a while, but like, that's when I decided, okay, my main focus needs to be, instead of doing all this other stuff that I could for marketing, is like getting into those schools, okay? And I got to show you guys the 5-step system that I use, and so you can avoid all the heartache, the mistakes that I made with it along the way. So you can get in literally every single school in your area and get them to invite you back year after year. Okay.
Yeah, love it.
So the first thing that I want you to do, step number 1, and write this down if you're watching this, is you need to be extremely organized. Okay. So the way you're going to organize is you're going to make a little spreadsheet on Excel. And you're going to put the school name, the school address. I'll tell you what things to put. I wrote it down for you guys. The name, the school address, their number, with the extension of whoever you want to talk to, the address, the principal, the guidance counselor. And then this is a really important part. So that's like all the basic information in the school. And then last contacted. So like when the last time you talked to them, and any notes you have with that school, okay? So you're gonna make a little spreadsheet, okay? And then what's gonna happen is, and what I did over and over again is I would call the school, and one of 2 things would happen. I'd call the school, and I'd say like, hey, my name is Matt. I run the karate school. We do bullying programs. Is that something you're interested in? And the person would, the front desk lady would say, I don't do that. How about you send us an email and I'll send it over to the principal? And I'd say, oh, okay, great. Who do I send the email to? She'd give me the email. Cool. I would spend like 3 hours figuring out the perfect email, and exactly what it is we're going to send them, and what our seminar is going to look like, so they know. And then I would hear crickets. I'd hear nothing back. Okay. And I was like, oh man, this is not working. Like people just ask for information, which basically I didn't discover this till later, but when people ask, hey, can you send me email with more information? Basically means you can go screw yourself. Okay. Right. It's just like, hey, I'm not going to look at this. Like, I'm just going to ignore it later. So that's a hard lesson learned. I thought I was thinking in my head, no, they're really interested. Like they're really interested when I talk to them, but
right.
Emails, more information just means go away. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, well, I got to get past this front desk lady. I'm going to go to the principal. So I'd call, I put the extension to the principal, and I'll leave voicemails. Hey, my name is Matthew. Calling from Action Karate. I'm calling because we do school seminars. We do them for free. Give me a call back, blah, blah, blah. And again, nothing. Okay. So I realized two things when doing this. The first thing is that I need to get past really the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is the front desk lady, the secretary, or the man, whoever it is, right? And in order to do that, I got to be like their friend, and they got to know me. Okay. So in my notes, in the Excel spreadsheet, I always find out what that person's name is, and when they answer, but I'm gonna say that person's name like I know them. I'm gonna be like, oh, hey Sally, it's Matt Brenner. How you doing? All right, cool. And they go, oh, hi. And like, the things that people do where they pretend to know you and they really don't.
Yeah.
That you kind of have to like go with it. So that's exactly what I play off of. And what I realized was the principal has too much, they don't too much on their plate that they can't focus on like some extra seminar. The secretary has nothing to do with it. Well, most of the time that I found to be successful is going through one of two people, either the guidance counselor right? Because they're more of doing things for the school that it's like supplemental activities, or the home and school association or the PTA. Okay. So those are two people that are my goal people that I want to be able to talk to. Okay. So the first step in all this, or step number one in the 5 steps, is to organize. So when you call and you talk to someone, you know who you talk to. So when you call back or you go back into the school, when was the last time you called them, who you talked to, and what their name is, because that gives you the information for the call number 2 or call number 3. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So that's step number 1. Is really, you got to be super organized, especially if you want to get into every school. You're not going to remember this stuff.
Right.
Okay. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is you're going to try to schedule a meeting with the guidance counselor or the home and school association. I like to go for the guidance counselor first. Home and school association for me, or PTA president, is kind of like my last ditch effort. Okay. So the first, I'm going to go for the guidance counselor. Now, if I call the guidance counselor and I say, hey, this is Matthew Brenner from Action Karate. I'm calling because I want to do a seminar, they're going to listen to the voicemail or read an email, whatever. And they're going to say, oh, we don't have the budget for that. Or, oh, I don't want to deal with that. It's like extra work for me to do. I already have stuff that I do at the school. I don't want to do extra, and they're going to ignore it completely. Okay. So I leave what's called the cryptic voicemail. Okay. So if you're watching this now and you learned or listening and you learned one thing from this whole entire speech seminar thing I give, this is what did the most powerful for me. And it's so simple and so stupid but it just works, which is when you want someone to contact you back at a school or a business or anything, act like you know the person and give as little information as possible. So when I leave a voicemail for a guidance counselor, instead of saying, where I'm from, what I'm calling about, I say, hey, it's Matthew. Give me a call back. Blah, 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 blah number. And that's it. Okay. Then they think I'm a parent. They think someone they know, like a friend or something. I'm a familiar person, okay? But don't tell them who you are or why you're calling, because otherwise they're never going to call you back because they're too busy or they don't care, okay? But it's part of their job to call back parents, and they're going to call you back if they think you're a parent, all right? So no information. Hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. Give me a call back, put your number. And literally, that's it, okay? I call that the cryptic voicemail, and I'm telling you it works when you want to get in touch with someone. Have you guys ever done that before? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I just leave vague voicemails whenever I'm trying to reach people too. Like even if it's for an intro class or a trial membership, I try not to go through this big long spiel, because then they'll just decide whether they're going to respond or not.
Yeah, and then you never get the opportunity to talk, right?
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, Gus, if there are people that are commenting on this now and they have questions or whatever, can you just let me know and I take a deep breath or something?
I'm following that. I'm following that right now. And I'm also writing in like golden nuggets of information that you've been giving us. I've been adding it in. So we're up to number 4 of things that you've said that were really important. So I'm adding that in as you talk.
All right, cool. Well, okay, so some more golden nuggets. So, okay, so first thing is be organized, okay? And then get that person to get on the phone with you. Now, when you get that person on the phone with you, whether it's the guidance counselor or the PTO or PTA, but let's just assume now it's the guidance counselor, because usually they're the most accessible and they're the ones that do extra things, like extra like assemblies and stuff like that. You're gonna say, hey, this is Matthew. I'm calling because, okay, I realized that I didn't get a chance to set up. I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys last year, and the last couple of years, and you guys we didn't get a chance to actually come to your school. I teach local schools in the area, like, and then name other schools you've been to before. Even if you've only been to, like, daycares or whatever, you can say those. So I've been to this school and this school and this school, and I really missed you the last couple of years, and I feel bad because I never actually called you guys. And I'm calling because we're already booked the rest of this year. That's going to be like my scarcity. But we're looking at times for next year to do free bully prevention seminars at your school, and I don't want your school to miss out again.
Yeah.
And they'll say, oh, okay, that's interesting. Can you tell me more about it? And you'll say, like, yeah, so we do free bully prevention programs at local schools, because most schools don't really have it in their budget to hire someone to come in, and we're a local martial arts school. One of my parents recommended I reach out to you. If you have a parent that goes to that school, like a child that goes to that school, you can even mention their name, so a lot of times they'll know it. And they recommended I reach out to you because we missed you the past couple of years. I felt bad, so we're looking really at really for next year. But basically, we come in, we do a seminar for free for the kids. And we make it really fun with the teachers involved. But here's the thing, I would never set this up with you over the phone. I want to make sure first that A, like a normal person, right? And B, that make sure that we're a good fit for your school, because every child, just like every child is so different, every school is also different, okay? And we want to make sure we cater the program to match whatever your school's actual needs are, right? So some schools will have needs with like exclusionary bullying or online, or some schools they don't even like the word bullying because they maybe they already do education for that, so we'll do a different seminar. But I like to make sure just to schedule like a 10-minute meeting first just with you. That way you actually get to know us and make sure we're a good fit. Is that fair? And they'll say, yeah, that's cool. And then you set up a time to go meet them in person, okay? Most schools are not going to just set up something with you over the phone right there, okay? So it's kind of like a little introduction on the phone, and then you're going to meet them in person, and we'll schedule something within the next 3 to 5 days max. Like, I don't want something 2 weeks out. I want something like it could be the next day. I want to be as soon as possible, okay? No time in between. So anyway, so any questions about that you guys have?
Yeah, I think that was just some great verbiage, like from a marketing standpoint. I think maybe if you can break down that a little bit so people can understand why you say those things specifically and why it works so well. And then I had a question about the first part. Where do you get all their info? Is it just from their school website, or how do you scrape all those details? Just for the people that don't know.
Yeah, great question. So if you just go to Google and search a school, on their website, they're going to have a directory with the guidance counselor's name on there. So you can just find it on there. It's usually public information. Or you can just call the school if it's like a private school and they don't have that, and be like, oh, hey, it's Matthew. I'm just calling because I want to reach the guidance counselor. Can you remind me what their name is? Tell me what their name is. Oh, okay, cool. Can you transfer me over there? Awesome, thanks. Like, it's not like necessarily secretive. It's all public. But what's important when you get on the phone with them is it's really a mindset thing, but the words you're going to use are important, but it's really a mindset thing. Is you're going to help them, okay? Most schools, they don't have the budget to be able to afford, some guy to come in and talk about bully prevention is going to cost them thousands and thousands of dollars. Instead, they can get a local karate school do it for free, and it's good for them and good for us because it's marketing for us.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. So that's the first thing. The second thing, it has to be like, you're doing them a favor because you are, okay? They're not paying for it. They are risking nothing, okay? I guess they risk that you suck and it's boring, okay? So that's about it. Yeah. And when they come in and Okay, so the conversation has to be like framed that you're doing them a favor, like, hey, I didn't want you to miss out, right? There's scarcity. B, we're already booked for the rest of this year, okay? So I do this now. Like, this is the time of year to do it, okay? Like, I've been making calls. Well, I have a new program director, so I'm training her to do this now. But they're doing this now for next year, and we're already booked the rest of this year. Well, I mean, I'm not really going to book things in November, December, right? Like holiday times anyway. So obviously we're not booking until next year, but saying it that way also makes it sound like, oh, they're already booked, right? It's like a restaurant that's hard to get a reservation. It's more desirable when it's harder to get a reservation, right?
Okay.
So we're already booked for this year. I don't want you guys to miss out. Sounds like FOMO. Like, I don't want to miss out for next year. So that's why I have to find a time where we can actually talk in person to make sure that we're a really good fit for your school, and to find out like what your school's needs are. Okay, that way they don't feel the pressure of, oh, I have to make a decision now, and they're going to feel like they're doing their due diligence of actually meeting you instead of setting something up over the phone where some guy's going to walk in and all of a sudden be in front of a bunch of like 6-year-olds or something.
That makes sense.
Did I break it down enough? Okay, for you
Yeah,
guys?
that was,
that was perfect. Yeah, that was actually perfect.
yeah, that was
Cool.
awesome.
So that's like the idea behind it. And of course, I gave you a lot of the words to use, but you have to be a human and have a conversation. If you're just like write those words down and like read it like a robot from it, it's not going to be conversational enough that you're going to be able to build rapport. You have to be human enough to build rapport. And I'm assuming if you're teaching martial arts for a living, you're used to talking to people a lot. So you should be pretty good at building rapport relatively quickly. Okay. So anyways, you're going to get them on the phone. You're going to try to set up a time to meet them in person. When you go to meet them in person, you're going to write this down. It's important. It's one of those golden nuggets. You have to bring them a gift. Okay. So you're going to bring them, if you a good gift that I bring and you guys can get is my brother's book, Black Belt Parenting. And it shows us like, it gives us some like credence to what we do. And when you give someone psychologically, when you give someone something, they automatically feel an obligation to be reciprocal, right? Give something back to me, okay? Just like, when I did today's seminar, right? Like, I'm sure if I asked you guys for a favor, you think, oh yeah, definitely, I could help you with that, right? Because like I just was doing something here, right? So giving someone something is super important. Giving them a gift. It could be a karate T-shirt. It could be a different book. Whatever. Give them something as a gift when you walk in. We'll give them mugs.
You know what
Like,
I wanted?
Whatever.
I wanted to add though, that book I have at my school, I bought a case of them from your brother in the beginning of the year, and I give them out to the parents as a gift when they join our school. So the book is phenomenal. I've been giving it out for years. It's amazing. So I would say people should check into that book. It's a great book.
Yeah. If you want to get access to the book, you can reach out to me, and I'll hook you up with my brother. He'll get you a case or whatever. And yeah, it's just like an easy option to give because it's like, it's martial arts and it's like parenting and it's exactly what they want, right? It's like literally like they're the target demographic for that. So anyway, you bring a gift with you, okay? Don't show up wearing a karate uniform looking like a weirdo, okay? Wear normal clothes, okay? If you have a collared shirt with your school's logo on it or something or whatever, look like a professional. Don't walk in there like, who's this person? Like, people are going to be skeptical. They don't know like who they might have martial arts background or they might know someone, but for the most part, people know nothing about martial arts. So look like a normal human being. Okay. You'll roll in there. You're going to sit down. You're going to build. You're going to say hi and be as friendly as you possibly can to the front desk person. You're going to walk in there, say their name immediately because you already had it written down. So you're going to be like, okay, this Leslie. Okay, cool. That's the front desk person. So when you walk in there, you're like, hey, Leslie, nice to meet you. I'm Matt. I want to talk to you on the phone the other day. Hey, nice to finally meet you. I'm going to talk about, I have a meeting today with Devin, the guidance counselor. And okay, cool. You're going to go in there with Devin. You're going to build rapport with them. And you're going to talk, just talk about the school, talk about what their needs are, like what issues they're having. So I'm going to tell you another pitfall that I learned the hard way you guys are going to avoid, okay? Some schools want bully prevention, okay? And it's, by the way, if you want to know like the actual seminar we teach and how it works, and like that's for I can spend another 2 hours on that. So, and it's very much crafted, but you have to reach out to me personally. I can send you like an outline. I think I even have a video of me doing it somewhere. But but some schools are going to avoid the word bully like the plague. Okay. So the reason they're going to avoid it is because you teach a bully seminar, and every kid for the next 2 months is going to go home and tell their parents that they're getting bullied. And the guidance counselor is going to have to now deal with this. And it creates such a headache for them that like, it's not worth it. They'll never invite you back. They don't want any bull, and you'd be shocked. Like, and usually it's private schools. I think that's more of the issue. That's what I found personally. But so some schools, like, we won't say like bully prevention, and this is the time where we'll talk about other things. So other seminar names we'll talk about is like the 3 martial arts secrets to better focus in school. Okay. Or hocus pocus focus, the 3 magic secrets to becoming a better student. Okay. Or whatever thing about focus or confidence or discipline, whatever you want to do. And that becomes the subject of the seminar, not bullying. Okay. So I just know like specific schools, like they'll ask me, don't even mention the word bullying. I don't want to hear it from the parents for the next 6 months.
What would you say is the percentage?
What'd you say?
Sorry to cut you off there. What would you say is the percentage of schools that don't like that?
Maybe 20%, 20, 30%. I would say 7 out of 10 schools probably want you to do the bully prevention, but there's going to be other schools that don't.
Gotcha.
Probably depends more on the neighborhood and the demographic. So, you know, it really depends. But we're going to talk about bullying, and we're going to talk about 2 ways to avoid it. Once again, that's a topic for a different conversation. But I would say at least 3/4 of the seminar is going to be learning fun stuff, and they're going to learn like 1 or 2 like golden nuggets that they could use for bullying. Okay, because they have to be engaged and want to do it. What a lot of martial arts school owners do is they have the right mindset in mind, like, hey, I want to go teach bully prevention, so that's what I'm going to teach. I'm not going to be marketing or salesy. No, I need to like show these people like really how to get out of a bully situation. But if you don't engage them in the right way, they're not having fun. They're not going to learn it regardless. Okay. And by the way, like you're probably not teaching anyone bully prevention in a 30-minute seminar. Okay. You might think you are, and maybe you have a better system than I do, and maybe you're better than me. But I would say that I'm going to better prepare someone for a bully prevention if I'm actually going to be able to convert them into a student, because then I'm going to be able to teach them how to actually defend themselves or have better confidence or have better posture than I am in a 30-minute seminar when I'm groaning on about how to deflect a bully or do whatever. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
And I think a lot of martial arts school owners kind of like fall into that trap, fall into that mindset. So anyway, so we have the first 2 steps. First one is organize. Second one is to schedule a meeting. Third one is going to be schedule a seminar. So when you're in that meeting with the guidance counselor, you do not leave that room until you have something scheduled in the books with the times. Okay. So even if they're like, oh, I have to check with my principal, they say, oh, okay, that's fine. We're just mostly booked for next year. So let's schedule something tentatively now. That way you don't lose a spot and we don't have to miss another year. Is that fair? And they go, oh yeah, that's cool. And all right, cool. And then you'll go through the times and pick at least a tentative time. I like to do in the morning time, like 10 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. That was the first thing they do when they get to school. And towards the end of the day, kids get a little more restless and tired, so they'll just be like more of a pain in the ass. Okay, harder to teach. But yeah, I like to do it early in the morning. That way it's like priority. And I like to do it. Now is the time I set it up for next year, for January, February, March, because if you're on the East Coast, then it's cold and kids have been inside and stuck inside for a month, and there's no baseball or soccer to compete with. It's just you. Okay, you're the only option. So I feel like I'd rather have less competition, and usually that's the time. So that's what I found is the best way to convert them from going to a school program to actually becoming students.
Awesome.
I like it.
So, sorry, did you have a question?
No, I said I like it. It sounds great. Everything is awesome.
So, okay, so you schedule the seminar and go in there assuming the sale, like, hey, I'm going to set up a time. Like, hey, I'm doing them a favor. Hey, like, I can't do this for everyone. We have limited time options available. Here's the time. Okay, so go in there with that mindset. Don't go in there with the mindset of, oh, I hope it works. Or, oh, like, you want to go in the mindset of your black belt testing of like, oh, I hope I know my kata. Oh, I hope I know my self-defense. You're like, no, I got this. It's going to be hard, but I got this. So same idea when you go into that, have a black belt mindset of confidence and assuming the sale. All right. So that's step number 3. So we have to review. We have organize, schedule the meeting over the phone, and then schedule the seminar. The schedule the seminar is actually at the in-person meeting. Okay. Step 4 is to conduct the seminar. Okay. So that's actually when you actually go in and do it. All right. What I like to do for this, I'm not going to talk about the contents of the seminar because it's just be too time consuming. But for the seminar itself, you should have the teachers involved. Okay. You do not want the teacher sitting on the side like this, like, oh, this is my phone time while the karate guy gets to babysit the kids for the next half hour. And I will actually say that. Okay, what I just said is what I say. Like, teachers, this is not the time to sit there on your phone and be, oh, the karate babysitter's here, and they're gonna laugh. They go, oh, like you're actually gonna be a part of it. And today, your teachers are actually gonna have to attack the students. Everyone say, whoa, and the kids go, oh. Okay. So you get the teachers involved because you want them to be on your team, want them to help you facilitate the seminar, and they're going to be talking about it. The more involved they're going to be, the more they're going to be a part of it, the more they're going to know and recognize you in the future. So when a kid is having issues and they talk to the parent, they talk to their teacher, the parent talks to the teacher, they're going to say, oh yeah, you should go to the karate school, action karate. They come here all the time, right? You're going to be that instantly recognizable. And you want to be able to build rapport with those parents. Okay, so the next thing is conduct the seminar. Here's the funny part. I don't teach any kicks or punches. 0. No kicks or punches. Here's what I teach. Duck, jump, block. That's it. Okay. Here's what happens. I teach a kick or a punch. One kid is a jerk and decides to kick another kid or punch another kid, I'm never invited back. But if I teach block, jump, duck, there's no offensive movement. You're not going to hurt anyone by blocking or jumping or doing any of that. So conduct the seminar. I like to give out flyers at the end of the seminar, and I tell them, like, you're gonna put it in your folder, and you can give it to your parents when you get home. Or if they have like sometimes I'll ask the teachers, like, how would you like me to hand this out? And the teachers will say, oh, like, we'll put it in their cubbies. I'll give it to them to put it in their cubbies. However, like, they want to do it. So actually conducting the seminar and making sure that you have marketing material to give them. Most schools will let you do it because you're doing it for free. Another kind of like ninja, this is a golden nugget you can do, you can write down, is going to be, you can also make whatever your offer is, like let's say an introductory special. You can make it where all the money that's generated from that goes directly back to the school. Okay. So I've raised thousands of dollars before from schools, and this is how you get them to invite you back, because I'll do this seminar for them. I'll have, let's say the introductory offer is $50, right? We'll have 15 kids do it. Okay. Then all that money, every single cent, I'm gonna donate back to the school's PTO or PTA. So the PTO or PTA, they could do bake sales, they can do, fundraisers at like the local water ice place or the pizza place, and they get 10% or whatever. That requires a lot of work for them. This is literally, they do zero work. I just send them money. Okay. And if they're nice to me, they'll send out an email on my behalf too. Okay. Or a couple emails explaining what the offer is and how they can take advantage of it. The offer should be time sensitive and space sensitive. So, we only have 20 spots and it's only available for the next 30 days. Otherwise, people will never do it. Okay. So it's got to have those two levers of scarcity and urgency. If it doesn't have those two, it's probably not going to work. Okay. So do the seminar, hand out stuff if they allow you. If they absolutely do not allow you to do that, at least ask them to send you on an email. I've done it in the past, but I've never even asked. That day I just handed it out and I asked for, forgiveness, not for permission, and it'd be totally fine. But I've also done that and gotten in trouble, but up to you how you want to do it. Okay. I usually ask permission. They'll say no, I'll go look into it, and they'll say you can't. Usually if I just do it, no one says anything to me, I'm totally fine. But I've already gotten in trouble once. I've done this like a million times. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, when I did get in trouble, they didn't let me come back the next year, which sucked. But after a couple of years, like 2 years, the principal or the guidance counselor left, and there was new guidance counselor, fresh person, and they didn't know anything, and we just did it again. And it was great. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, that's the 4th step, is conducting the seminar. So we got organize, schedule a meeting, schedule the seminar itself in person with the guidance counselor, conduct the seminar. And that 5th step, I guess I kind of went over that already. It's really the call to action. It's the flyer you give out. Mm-hmm. And then another like little ninja thing you can do, I love to do this, is that day you do the seminar, and that week I'll run an ad to that neighborhood with the school special and say, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. I taught your child's school this week. We had a special offer where if you do this beginner special introductory offer, we'll donate all the money back to your school. Here's the link to sign up. And I'll just run it for that week in that neighborhood. And if I have like a lot of extra flyers, whether it's me or someone from my team, usually not me, but someone else, they'll flyer like the neighborhood. Like they'll go around and put it on. So that way they're seeing it many, many times.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know that's a lot to unpack. But the cool thing is, if you do a great job the first year and you make it really fun, the people will call you back and invite you over and over and over again. Okay. And it's really the best feeling ever when you get a school that calls you and say, hey, Mr. Brenner, I just want to get front of line. How do I sign up for next year for this winter? I want to do it again. It's really the best feeling. We've had guidance counselors and principals wear our t-shirts and our sweatshirts at the seminar, like they're literally like promoting us.
Yeah.
And then we'll have them do testimonials, which is another topic I can get into another time. But yeah, that's like the 5-step process to get invited to every public and private school in your area. You can do that less than 30 days without spending a dime. You're not going to get all the programs done in 30 days, but this doesn't cost anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Besides maybe the cost of the flyer, right? Or maybe the cost of the book, but minimum.
Yeah, it was great. I actually took like 14 notes on the golden nuggets. So I posted it as you were going, but I do have a few questions. So even myself in my area, they're very, very difficult to get into our school systems, like almost impossible. For example, I have a friend that comes from Connecticut, which is like an hour and a half away. We had him on a call the other day. He actually got in my school, my own high school, which is literally a minute from where my school was. They had him come in and wouldn't allow me to come into the school because they said I was going to benefit from it. So we have kind of like a no commercial policy in my school system where they won't allow you to come in there because they think you're going to benefit from it. So do you have any kind of tips on how to overcome that if the area is difficult?
Sure. So some areas might be different than others. There is one school in my area that I can't get into. I've tried every year for 7-8 years. So
right.
It's a private school. I know kids that go to school. I know the parents on PTO, PTA. The principal's been there for 30 years. She's, I don't know, just like she
hates karate or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know what her deal is. And even though I've had students talk on my behalf, I've had, I'll be like, hey, reach out to this other guidance counselor, reach out to other principals. She'll tell you what we do and why they love it and whatever. So there's going to be maybe some you don't get into.
Yeah.
But I think that's, once again, a mental trap that people fall into. It's kind of like, I went and hit on that person at the bar. They said they have a boyfriend. So it's not going to work if you go over and hit on them. Then someone else does it. And all of a sudden, now they don't have a boyfriend, or now they don't have a girlfriend. Right. So I think it really depends how you do it, which is why you want to follow this system. Right. That might just be a smokescreen they put up of why, because you didn't do it the right way, or you tried to make it seem like they're doing you a favor, which is why they rejected you. If it's framed a different way, it's going to come off different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm sure there's a way around it in some school districts too. I've been here for 30 years, and I've done so many other school systems that are not in my township, but this particular one, no matter what, I can't even rent the gym to do a black belt ceremony or to run a tournament. They're just like against, because I have a business in town. So I thought maybe there's some other little tricks around that, but I get it. You just got to find your way in. It was very tough.
Yeah, you can maybe ask the PTO or PTA. Do they have that there, like a home and school or something?
Yeah, we definitely do. And I've done that, but we've done private PTA events where it wasn't on school campus, where we're able to get in that way. But anyway, so that was better than nothing. So, okay, my next question is, what do you do to promote where like a school system may say where you're not allowed to give out, information on your school? We've done pencils and we've done bookmarks and we've done book covers. Like, what are some of your suggestions to promote? Because sometimes the kids will get a flyer, take it home in their backpack. Parents like myself, when my daughter was young, I'd stack it all up, meaning to get through it all. And sometimes just toss things in the trash because it was sitting there too long. So what are some of your better resulting things that you do other than a flyer, or do you have any other ideas other than that to send home with the kids? Or
Yeah. Okay, I have a really funny one. They're gonna laugh at me.
Yeah.
So we have the flyer. And honestly, the flyer works pretty great. I think it's a good flyer. And here's the thing, most martial arts school owners, they are modest or afraid or or I don't know, like they don't want to come off as salesy. So they're scared to promote their business. Okay. And I think for me personally, I think Action Karate as a whole, our organization, but for me personally, like, I think you should be embarrassed and scared not to promote your business. Like, that's literally what you are, right? If you're taking it, you know, so, but most people are scared to do it. But if you truly believe in what you do and you think it's going to make an impact, you have a moral obligation to promote your business the best possible. You think it's going to help someone. Otherwise, you're doing people a disservice. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I've done in the past is I've told kids, hey guys, when you get this flyer, who do you give it to when you get home? Mom and dad. Okay, cool. Do you give it to them like whenever you feel like it or right away? And they go, right away. Awesome. And like, here's the deal, guys. Not everyone's going to get to do this. Only some of you guys are going to get to do it. So the first, 30 people that do it, get to do it. So make sure when you get home, you give it to your mom or dad right away. And they go, awesome. And then I'll give the teachers, like if I have like tattoos or pencils or whatever, I'll give them stuff to give out as prizes later in the day.
Yeah.
So say, hey teachers, here's some stuff I'm going to give you. Kids, the rest of the day, the teachers are going to pick out one child from each class who's showing the best confidence, the best focus, the best discipline, and they're going to give it to them as a prize. So make sure the rest of the day, you're looking really like you are following all the directions, you're really being a great student. And now the teachers are A, going to give out stuff for us, and B, the teachers are seeing the true benefit of holding it over their heads of like, now my class is going to be better. And now like they want you to come into school. Because last time you gave them stuff and their kids were better, not like you rile the kids up and now they're throwing trash around the room and they hate you.
Right. That's a great idea. I actually in my school system too have a problem with giving things out where they won't allow us to. But what we did is we because if a teacher recommended our school, they would be liable financially to pay for our program. Some weird New York State crazy thing.
I would love for them to pay for my program.
Yeah, but they wouldn't do it, so they'd get in trouble. But I used to also do a coloring contest where I send it home where the kids could color and they would win prizes. So that would take that flyer with on the back had like a, dot by dot number or a coloring contest, and the winner would win membership. So that was just another way to get kids to participate, sneaking it in that way. But yeah, that's a great idea with asking them to bring it home. I love that.
Yeah, and one more thing you can do is we've also done stuff before where we have stickers. We'll say like, Action Karate on it, whatever, and we'll put it on their back as
cool.
they leave. Why do we put it on their back? Why do you think?
Because they're going to have it taken off by their parents when they get home.
Mom and dad's going to be doing the laundry. They're going to be like,
yep.
Yeah. Right? And they're going to have to see it and take it off. The kids are going to go like this, put it on their nose, put it on their desk. It's going to end up all over the school, and then the school's not going to like us, right?
Yeah.
Because that was trash all over the school. So put it on their back so the parent actually sees it. Like, you guys all going to get a sticker. And guys, like in karate, we don't put stickers on our front. Like we're way cooler than that. We put them on their back, and they're going to go, whoa. And the way out, we just like slap them in the back.
Yeah, that's very cool. How about, I know you said you do them all for free. There's sometimes schools that have a budget, but people are afraid to ask. And very often, if they don't use their budget, they end up losing the budget and getting a less of a budget the following year. So do you ever try to ask what the budget is and see, or you just stick with the free model? Because I know I have a few friends that they make a fortune out of, like my buddy who drove out an hour and a half to come to my school. He made money, $3,000 or $4,000 to speak at my high school. That's like a minute from me. So like, do you ask the budget, or you just kind of stay with the free model?
Sure. I personally don't answer the budget. I don't think that's a bad idea. I just haven't done it personally. If I'm going to make way more money from recurring revenue from them showing up to our school from, like $3,000 or $4,000 there, and I can't hand out anything, or I make no money and I can hand out stuff, I'll take the second option, because that other one's going to get me tens of thousands of dollars of revenue. Not speaking. But if you could do that, if you do both, like, that's awesome. I just haven't done it, so I don't want to tell you something that I'm not an expert at.
Okay. Cool. Another question too is, what are the percentages of people that you see? You do a school, do you do the whole entire school assembly, or do you just do individual classrooms? And
Yeah.
if you're doing one or the other, what do you see? Because I have to be honest, I've never done well with, and I have a very successful school, but I've never done well with the school system model. I just don't know why. Maybe it's me, maybe it's the presentation. I'm sure there's a lot of factors, but what do you see as far as return on investment for your time and effort?
Yeah, honestly, so remember I was saying earlier, like the first like 9 months of my school, we are doing crap and we're thinking about moving because I was trying everything. It wasn't until I figured out really the system and I was able to like get in schools that really became our bread and butter. And we'll do the entire school. So let's say school has 700 kids or 800 kids. We'll do groups of 100. We'll do 8 sessions, one on Monday, one on Tuesday, like 4 and 4. Groups of 100. I feel like anything more is too much.
Yeah.
But that's why you need the teachers to help you, to help facilitate. But the offer has to be good. The presentation has to be good, right? Like everything's got to be good. And then, we've had it where we've had 20 students, new students from a school, let's say we have 20 or 30 new, let's say sign up for trial, and then like 70% of that sign up with us afterwards. And then we do, 20 schools over the course of, January, February, March. And, that's an extra 80, whatever, I don't know how much math that'd be like I won't get students for months after that or months before, or like, November, December, we don't do that many new students, to be honest.
Right.
But like at that beginning of the year, we get a huge influx because there's no other competition. There's no soccer, there's no baseball.
Right,
if you're
right.
West Coast and it's warm all the time, maybe it's different. So
Yeah.
maybe do it a different month, maybe do it in the summertime. Maybe that's better
Right.
for you.
Yeah.
But,
Well, heck,
but yeah, I wouldn't do it unless we got a good ROI from it. So
yeah, and even if you're talking small numbers, 15 people is still massive income at the end of the year, right? 15 new students that you didn't have to pay to market to. That's great. So it's worth the effort to do what you're doing, and even with that small amount. So that's excellent.
And by the way, even if you didn't have new people sign up, like how many people are going to come in your door and be like, oh my God, he was at my school. Oh my God,
Right.
I saw him before. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that happens to me. People say that years later.
Right.
Like, so, and yeah, I've also have the whole system for getting testimonials from the teachers and the principals, like where now they're talking about me, but that's like another time because, I don't have much more time on here. So
Yeah,
I have a meeting coming up.
That's okay. I had another client, one quick idea that he had gotten 3 or 4 corporate sponsors, and they had their names on the back of t-shirts, and he actually printed t-shirts with his logo on it, and he was able to give it out to almost every kid in the school. But it was paid for by, so that was a great way for them to come home with something free, and how could they say no to that? But the information was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And we have 15 golden nuggets out of it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, my pleasure.
Where can people, learn a little more about this or find you? That'd be interesting learning more.
Yeah, sure. So you can send me a message on Facebook. It's probably the fastest way to get me. My name is Matthew Brenner. You'll see it's a karate picture on there. I look like a karate guy in the photo. Or you can send me an email at mr.mr.matthewbrenner. So mr.matthewbrenner, my full name, 2 H's or 2 T's in Matthew and 2 N's in Brenner, MATTHEWBRENNER @gmail.com.
That's awesome. Very cool. Do you have any last tips you'd like to give everybody? I know you got to get going, and
Yeah. So I'm honestly, there's like, the most important nugget I think of this is like, if you want someone to call you back, leave them a cryptic voicemail, right? Super vague. And also like, don't be scared to spread the martial arts. Like too often people think of themselves like they have to be poor. They have to, unless they're charging $50 a month or $100 a month, like they feel like, oh, if my school makes money, my school's a McDojo, or my school, like, oh, we can't make money in martial arts. Totally not true. You can make an amazing living and doing the thing you love. And I think it's just a limiting mindset. And whenever you hear people say, oh, that person is McDojo, or that person's salesy, or that person's like, look at the marketing they did, like that's usually just people that are jealous, and you gotta avoid those people, because they're the people that are just below you. And like you gotta completely ignore them, because otherwise they'll drag you down.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. We're glad that you didn't become an attorney. And we're happy that you stayed in the industry, and you probably impacted way more, not probably, I'm sure impacted way more lives by being a martial art teacher than you could have ever done as an attorney. So we're happy that you're here with us today, and really appreciate your time. And thank you very much for sharing everything with our people. And we got a lot of great things on the page as far as comments, and we also have a new meme. So if we take a picture of the grass thing in the background, we could
Yeah.
post that.
I really wanted. I've always wanted a meme of me saying wet ass. So what might be
That's great. All right, thanks, Matthew. I appreciate it very much. Thanks
See
for
you guys.
sharing with us. Have a
My
great
pleasure. Bye,
day.
guys.
Take
Awesome.
care.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
All right.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Martial Arts Marketing for School Owner podcast. This would not be possible without the help of our amazing sponsors. Please check out leadhuntermedia.com, your online advertising agency, eliteinsights.com for all your website needs, and gilcatsinc.com, your martial arts business coach. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.